Hello, my name is Emily and I'm a Future Me coach here at Newcastle College. As you may remember from September, Future Me is a project here at the college which aims to support you in your journey into higher education. This session will recap on what we covered in September and also encourage you to start thinking more about your next steps. Your university application process will start how many months from now? You will begin your application process in September 2023. This is just 6 months from now. However, if you take out the holidays, you're looking at around 4 months. You might be thinking this is a long time away, but it will come round very quickly.
Why go to higher education? It can be hard deciding what to do after completing your Level 3 qualification, but there's loads of reasons why you should consider higher education. For starters, holding a higher education qualification gives you access to a greater range of jobs and the potential to earn greater income over your working life. In fact, certain careers are only an option if you hold a higher education qualification. But that's not all. You'll study a subject you love, taught by staff who are experts in their field. There's opportunities for work experience, study in industry, and even study abroad. Or you might choose to get real on-the-job experience by studying in the workplace through an apprenticeship. Higher education is challenging, exciting, and really fun. It won't just benefit your career or academic learning, there's a range of social benefits too. You'll meet like-minded people from diverse backgrounds, try new activities, further existing interests through clubs and societies, and make friends for life. It's never too early to think about what you'd like to do in the future and how higher education can help you get there. So why wait?
As I mentioned, you are currently sat within Level 3. If you choose to study a degree, you have 3 main options. Firstly, you have a foundation degree. A foundation degree is classed as a 2+1 model. What I mean by that is you complete years 1 and 2 or levels 4 and 5 on this diagram. Then you have an option. Either leave and you're qualified with a foundation degree or continue your studies with a top-up year. If you complete a top-up year, you will qualify with a full honours degree. This also gives you the option to specialise in a different topic. For example, if you did sports coaching for 2 years, you could then do sport and education as a top-up. The next option is an honours degree. Here you will complete a full 3-year programme and then graduate in your chosen subject. When people ask me, does it mean anything less by doing the foundation degree route over the honours? The answer depends on whether you top it up or not. If you top it up, you'll be qualified at level 6, just the same as people who complete the honours degree. Foundation degrees were created to be more vocational choice, i.e. more hands-on, work-related learning type over your standard honours degree. All 3 members of the Future Me team went down the 2+1 route, and when applying for jobs, we don't even mention we did a foundation degree route first. The third route is something called a higher degree apprenticeship. If you choose this route, you firstly need to apply for these as a job, as these are advertised on jobs websites. The reason for this is your employer will pay for you to complete your higher education qualification. Few things to consider here is 1, they are very hard to get on. Reason being, an employer must be sure they can trust you before investing £27,000 in you. 2, the job and the university may not be in the same city. This could mean you could work 3 weeks and then spend the last week of the month at university. Because it's classed as a job, you are unable to get any financial support. If this option sounds good to you, then just do your research first. Levels 7 and 8 on the diagram are postgraduate qualifications such as PGCEs, Masters and a PhD that you would complete after your degree. Over the next couple of years, you're going to hear some terminology that you may not have heard before. First one is a sandwich course. This has nothing to do with food. It means complete your degree in 4 years instead of 3 and complete a year working in industry. This can be really useful in opening doors for employment. Next one is tariff points. Now you may or may not have heard of UCAS. UCAS is the application portal where you can apply to HE. Each course at university requires you to have a minimum amount of tariff points to be able to apply for that course. These points are determined on the grade you achieve on your level 3. The higher the grade, the higher the amount of UCAS points. It's worth finding these out now for when you start researching. Last one is student finance. All students, if they meet the requirements, are eligible for 4 years worth of funding. This comes in 2 strands. Firstly, tuition fees. This is paid directly to the university. Secondly is a maintenance loan. This is assessed on your household income, so the lower your household income, the more money you can borrow. Although they are called student loans, it's not the same as a standard loan you would get from a bank. You will not pay anything back until you're earning over £26,575 a year, and anything over that you only pay back 9% of. So for a quick example, if you earn £27,000 a year, you would pay back only £3 a month. Here are some key dates to consider over the next year. After we complete this workshop, we recommend you begin your research straight away. If you are looking to go to a different institution, start attending open days. These can be accessed virtually via the university website. In September, when you return to college, you'll have 3 more workshops with Future Me. The first will recap what we've done this year and cover the process for applying internally to stay at Newcastle College. The second will cover the UCAS application process ahead of the January deadline. And the third will cover how to apply for your student finance. Can you name the top 3 universities in both the UK and also the North East? As you can see from the tables, you can view information about all universities across the UK. Doing your research when selecting your university is important. For example, look at the student satisfaction results. Every year, all students are asked to complete a student satisfaction survey. If a university is scoring high, it means the students are happy. If it's low, then there's obviously a reason the students are unhappy. Now, of course, student results depend on a student's mood at the time, but this is something I'll be asking myself when making my choices. Can you name the 6 university logos on the screen?
Top tips for making decisions about higher education. After your A-levels or level 3 qualifications, a higher education qualification can really help you reach future career goals. Here's some top tips to help you make important decisions for the next step. Find out what you need. Some careers require specific qualifications, so do your research. No career in mind? See what courses or subjects could improve your skills generally and be useful in a range of careers. Make sure it's right for you. What do you enjoy studying? What are you interested in? Do you prefer to learn by listening and taking notes, or through practical experience? Location, location, location. Where do you want to study? Different institutions offer different content, so look into this. There's loads of great institutions in the North East, but there's also options if you want to move away. Attend open days and events and really get an idea of what it's like to study there. Explore all your options. You could study in the workplace through an apprenticeship, or some courses can be studied part-time. Get first-hand advice. Ask your teachers or tutors for advice. Talk through options with your family and friends. But remember, make the best choice for you.
Here at Future Me, it's our job to cover all the options you have when you're applying to HE. This includes the option of staying at Newcastle College and progressing to the University Centre, or going to a different institution. Here are some of the differences. The first difference is UCAS. If you choose to stay at the University Centre, there is no UCAS application. It's a simple form which takes 5 minutes to complete and you'll receive an offer within 48 hours. Second is class sizes. At university, you could be in a class of 200 to 300 students. Here at Newcastle College, you'll be in an average class size of 10 to 15 students. Now you might be thinking, why does this matter? The University Centre often has staff who teach both level 3 and higher education. You will also learn in a smaller class size compared to a university setting, benefiting from more one-to-one tutor support. Our students say that they enjoy learning in smaller class sizes as they get to know their tutor and classmates better and feel comfortable speaking out in class. The tutors offer support both in and out of the classroom through contact hours and tutorials, or even if you send a query on email, you will be supported in your studies. I had friends who completed their degrees at other universities, and they were shocked at how quickly I was able to receive support. They often had to wait around 2 weeks for an appointment with their tutor. If you imagine if a staff member has to look after 20 students compared to 200, the amount of support you receive is going to be different. And thirdly, you need to think about whether you want to move away from home or stay locally. Next is a few things to consider for next year. Grades. Start having a look at what subject you would like to study and what grades and UCAS points you will need. Also find out from staff the maximum amount of UCAS you can achieve at the end of your 2-year course. You don't want to get at the stage of trying to apply to find out you can never achieve high enough points. Do your research, so start having a look whether you think uni is for you. Do you want to stay at home or move away? Do you want to stay at Newcastle College or go to another university? You can also start looking at open events. Also try and gain some work experience or volunteering. Get some experience in the topic you want to study. Competition for some courses is very high, so this could make the difference in you getting on the course at uni getting to the uni that you want to. Finally is your personal statement. So start writing things down now, so when it comes to completing your UCAS statement, you have the evidence to write about. There are a few things that you need to be considering when choosing the right university for you. Make sure you're aware of the location of the university. Most have multiple campuses, so this is definitely something worth looking into. As well as the location, universities can massively vary in size. This can be from campus size or just the amount of students that they have. Either way, make sure this is something that you look into and will be comfortable with before making any firm decisions. And also cost. As well as your tuition fees, making sure the area that you'll be living in is affordable for your budget is very important. When starting your research, we would recommend creating your UCAS account to take advantage of the tools they have on their hub. Once you have created a login, you can use these tools before starting your application. They have search engines to give you all the universities that run the course or subject that you are interested in, as well as open days and university events. They have simple UCAS tariff point calculator so you can work out the amount of points you are predicted to come out with, and also a career quiz if you are still unsure on what the right next steps are for you. Once you have chosen your courses, you can then go in and start the application process. The next video you'll see will be some top tips for questions to ask when attending open days.
Questions for open days. Open days and higher education events are one of the best ways to find out if a university or college is the right place for you. Make the most of them by asking loads of questions. Here's our top 5. 1. How will I be taught or assessed? Courses across institutions can differ. Consider if what's on offer suits your learning style and assessment preferences. 2. What support is available to students? You may not need it now, but it's good to know what's available. 3. Do you offer any financial support to students? There are sometimes bursaries and financial support packages for students meeting certain criteria. Ask about this, as you may need to fill out an application. 4. What facilities are there? Consider computing or study spaces, sports facilities, accommodation, and facilities specific to your subject. Are there facilities to support any interests you might have? 5. Do you enjoy the course or institution? Current students were in your position once, so they'll answer your questions honestly. Ask them about their course and experience, if they're part of any clubs and societies, and what they enjoy most. Try and attend open events for the places you are interested in studying at.
So how the Future Me team can help you. Help with making decisions on where to study, so exploring higher education, we can help you with the research. We can give you advice on making applications to the University Centre, and we can support you with developing your academic study skills. If any of these sound of interest, please speak with your tutor. If you have any questions, please contact via email at futureme@ncl-col.ac.uk or give us a call on 0191 200 4460. We also have a Future Me area on the Newcastle College website. Thank you for listening, and I hope you found this very useful.